do that because of wanting to be that mini U.S. Open. And what better way to do that than to have a U.S. Open Finals rematch this year? And I'm excited to introduce to you today our U.S. Open defending champion, Ms. Sloane Stevens. Welcome to Atlanta. So I'm going to start just with the first question. I'm going to hand it over to Rick Limpert, our Director of Media. And Sloane, I'd love to hear from you about what you've heard about Atlanta and what you're excited, most excited about playing tonight in front of a sold-out crowd.
Yeah, excited to be here. Obviously, Maddie and I love playing against each other. She's one of my best friends on tour, so it's always fun when we can get together and spend some more time with each other. And we're excited to be in Atlanta. And I haven't been here in a really long time, so I was looking forward to getting back here, and it's been great, the 6 hours that I have been here. So looking forward to tonight. I'm sure it'll be great. Obviously, playing in front of a sold-out crowd is always fun, and Maddie and I always seem to play really good matches against each other, so I think it'll be great, and we're both looking forward to it.
I think you've come a long way since the USJ Girls 12 and Under Nationals here. That might be the last time you were here, so welcome back. Rick, I'd like to hand over to you.
Yep, thanks again, Sloane, and welcome to Atlanta, echoing Eddie's comments. And it's been an exciting 11 months for you, and kind of talk about how your life has changed in that moment in the last 11 months after coming off a bad injury, and just kind of your thoughts on that.
Yeah, it's obviously, I had a really great comeback, and playing a few tournaments and winning the U.S. Open was incredible. It was a long journey, it was hard, and since then I've had some other really great results, and obviously nothing I could have ever dreamed of after being off for 11 months, but super excited to be playing, super excited just to be able to compete week to week and be injury-free. I think that's the most important part, and also getting to play these exhibitions and stuff with Maddie I think is really cool, and something we'll probably remember for a very long time.
People always talk about it's hard to get over a loss or a tough loss sometimes, but after a big win, it's exciting for you and lots of new things. How is it hard or easy to focus after a big win like the U.S. Open?
Well, I mean, obviously a lot of things come with winning a Grand Slam, and obviously for an American to win the U.S. Open is pretty special. It was fun. It was a great time that I had after winning the U.S. Open, but then I've had some other results after that, so it just keeps going and going. It never really stops. You have to just keep going and making sure that you're doing the best things for yourself and your body, and just basically keeping up.
And a lot of times before people play an exhibition, it's when people mention the word exhibition, a smile breaks out on your face because it's fun. You can have fun and play great tennis out there as well. What's fun about playing an exhibition?
Well, I haven't played a lot of exhibitions before, but it is a good time, and obviously when you get to play with someone that you actually like and it's fun to play with and be around, it is definitely enjoyable, so I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I think it'll be a good time, and obviously in front of a sold-out crowd is always super special, so I think we'll have a good time.
We're looking forward to it as well. Questions?
Sloane, Jason McDonald, Core 360 Magazine. Obviously, Serena's actually, getting up in age, and even though she plays extremely well, the next grouping of tennis players to take that reign hasn't really been decided. No one has held that #1 spot. How good is that for women's tennis, and definitely for you, that you have that laid out in front of you?
Well, I think there's obviously a good opportunity now in tennis, and I think everyone's just doing their best, trying their hardest. I don't think anyone really thinks about too much about who's going to take over or anything like that. It's definitely things only you press people think about and talk about. But yeah, I think everyone's just trying to do their best and reach their highest ranking, achieve a career, whatever it is that they might want to achieve. But I don't think anyone really thinks about that.
Work our way across.
Hi, Sloane. I'm Sarah with 365 Yoga Dream. How are you staying healthy before the U.S. Open?
Healthy as in food healthy, body healthy?
Physically, how are you keeping yourself healthy and being ready?
I think what I always do, just make sure I'm getting enough rest, sleeping enough, enjoying myself, not being too stressed out, eating my favorite food, working out when I'm supposed to, just little things. I think taking care of your body is obviously the most important part about being a tennis player, being any type of athlete. So to be able to do that, obviously going into US Open is really important. So just trying to make sure I take care of myself the best way I can.
So what's been the biggest thing throughout the year that you've seen about your game since the US Open, since Australia, since the week, that you can say that your game has been better at since your matches experience?
I think I've just been patient with myself. Obviously, I've had some ups and downs. It's not easy. You have to play week to week, and I think that sometimes you kind of lose perspective. You always want to just win, win, win. I mean, obviously, everyone wants to win, but sometimes it's not going to happen. And I think I've been very patient with myself when things didn't go well. I was able, throughout the whole year, just able to regroup pretty well and make sure that when I do come back, I'm ready, prepared, and happy and excited to play and get out there and compete. And I think mentally, I think I've just been able to kind of maneuver and balance out better this year than I have before. So I'm pretty pleased with that.
I noticed on your social media page, you're allowed for but always smiling. Of course, your mom was a historian, a landmark swimmer. So talk about those conversations and how does that rub off on your game today? You being as great as you are, what does that look like when we're not looking on Instagram or Twitter and you're not paid?
Wait, what does what look like?
When you and your mom going back and forth conversing, or how does her, sometimes the swimmer rub off on your things?
Well, I mean, she was a swimmer, so she was under the water, not talking to anyone, like, no friends. No, it's a little bit different. But I think, she's a parent. She's supportive. I don't think there's any secret code. There's no really anything extra. It's just play tennis, have fun. Obviously she's like any other crazy tennis parent. She wants her kid to do great, and I think that's everyone's parent. But I do think obviously maybe playing a sport, she knows how grueling it is on the body and mentally, physically, the travel, being away from home. She can relate. But I don't think there's any secret talk that we've had.
One more. Jake?
You mentioned grueling, the tour being grueling. What are you doing to kind of ease that grueling schedule? Are you picking and choosing some of the tournaments that you're participating in, taking one off and before you go to the next one, or how are you managing that schedule?
Just basically how I feel. Obviously, scheduling is really important. Finding the right balance is really important. If you do well at one tournament, you have 3 more tournaments after that. It's tough, but there's no set I'm doing this, this, and this, because you never know what your result's going to be, how you're going to do, where you're going to end up. So I think that's kind of all up in the air. But just making sure you find the right balance for yourself is, I think, the most important thing.